Okay, greetings fellow 50p collectors, coin snatcher here. So we've done various different videos, Isle of Man coins, UK coins, bunk coins, this coin, that coin, the other coin, all the coins, but one of the videos that I don't think I've done for a long time that I've been meaning to do is a video on a little collection within a collection that I have, which are the 50p's that have errors on them. So I like an error 50p, and if they come up and they're the right price, then I tend to buy them. Saying that, the 50p's that I'm going to look at the minute are mainly the UK 50p's. There are Isle of Man, Gibraltar and various other error 50p's that I have in the collection, but they're in the trays and I can't be arsed to get them out. So we're going to mainly have a look at the UK 50p's. These are the error ones. So the first one we have is from the very first year of the 50p. So this is a 1969 large size 50p, and you can see the condition on that 50p is really rather nice. So we'll pop it down and let's have a zoom in on it, and you'll see that the error on this coin is down on the left hand corner, and this 50p has been clipped. So I thought it was nice to get a 1969 coin, an error coin, you know, first year of manufacture, first year of issue of the 50p. So again, this is one of the very first error 50p's that you could have, and the chap I bought this 50p off, it came supplied with a letter of authenticity from the Royal Mint. So this is a 100% genuine error coin, fully authorized. Lovely coin, have that in the date run. So the second coin then we have is the People's Act coin from 1918. Now, with this coin, it's just sitting in a capsule, but over the time it turns sort of yellow, and the yellowy sort of stuff just tends to rub off it. But it seems to be the only coin that does it. But this particular coin, if I pop it down, it has practically no rim on it, and we can see that it's a really, really weak strike. I actually have 3 or 4 of these coins knocking about, and they're all weak strikes, so they must have released a batch of them that weren't too good. But you can see on the obverse as well, there's virtually no rim. Well, in fact, there's no rim, and the text is quite faint to almost being missing. So is it a worn die? Is it something else? I don't know, but it's a worn die in my opinion, or a weak strike. But I think there's quite a few of these coins knocking about that are quite weak, but a nice error coin to have in the collection. The next error coin that we have is possibly my favorite one out of the whole collection of errors, and the reason for that is it's quite unique in that it's a clipped 50p. But if I take another 50p and just fit it in, you can see how well that fits. Now, some people might say that this has been tampered with and, you know, it's been done that way. But if you actually look at it, you can see where the teeth, where the machine is clamped and the coin's been struck out of the planchet. So there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that this is a genuine error coin, and it's got a lovely clip on it. Really, really nice. The next coin that we have is a very standard traditional 2008 50p. This is definitive 50p, so this is Jody Clark's shield design, and 2008 was the first year it came out. So prior to this, it was the Britannia 50p. But what's really good about this coin is, well, I don't even need to explain it. You can see just by looking at it that we have a massive big ledge over here on the right hand side and no rim on the left hand side. And well, it's a right pig's ear, isn't it? Really bad strike of a coin, but I think it's fantastic. Just, I mean, look at that. It looks really good. completely askew as far as coins go. And of course 2008, the first year of the Shield Definitive 50p. So nice to have an error coin from the very first year that it was issued. And this is quite a bad one when you look at it, or good if you're into collecting these sort of error coins. So the next one we have is also a Shield coin, but this time we go forward 6 years, and this is a 2014 coin. And if we have a look on the rim of this coin, we can see where it's been double struck and it's been offset, and again a complete pig's ear of a coin. So absolutely fantastic if you're into collecting these errors. And quite a nasty little sort of ridge there. You can just see it down the side where the striking has been very bad indeed. So that's a lovely little error coin. And, you know, if you keep an eye out on eBay, I pick up the majority of these error coins. There's a couple of them I've paid decent money for. I won't say how much, but there's a couple of them where I've paid very little money for them. And it's nice to have the error 50p's as well. Instead of always collecting the perfect sort of bank or proof coins, it's nice to go the complete opposite way and collect some of these ones, which, you know, they're bloody awful, aren't they? But great. Right, so the next one we have is my favourite 50p that's ever been released, and this is, of course, the 2017 Isaac Newton 50p. And everybody who collects 50p's are probably familiar with the error on this coin. So this coin has a strike-through design, and this is quite a good one because you can see how many different lines have struck through from the reverse through to the obverse of the coin. And if we flip it over, it's these various lines that have struck through to this side. So this is one of the worst ones that I've come across. I've seen plenty of them where you just get the lines at the bottom, but this one literally is covered with lines. It's a really good example of a strike through coin. And then, of course, we've got a second version of this one as well. So another 2017 one. But if we flip this one over, you can see the condition on it's pretty nice. Flip it back and maybe this one doesn't have lines on it. I wonder why I have that one in the collection. Have I lifted out the wrong one? I think that has a few little lines on it, but it's not. Let me give that a little wipe. My sweaty prints all over it. I'm pretty sure this is a weak one as well, but there is weak lines, but compared to that one where the lines are really visible. Right, ignore that one, and we'll pop him back up there as well. So this coin was one that I purchased, and I wasn't sure if this was what I would consider post-mint damage. And indeed, I thought somebody had just had a go at butchering this one. Now, what I think's happened is they've butchered this side of it. I don't know if they've done this with a compass or they've put a 20p on it and tried to score around it. But I would be surprised, very surprised if this happened at the mint. I think that is post-mint damage. But when we flick it over to the other side, now you'll notice when we zoom in on these are like little teeth mark. So it's a very, very strange sort of damage to have in a coin. And why would anybody go to the hassle of doing this? As it happens, I bought this coin, and then about a year later, I noticed another one of these on eBay with exactly the same damage on it. And it's something to do with the machine that can grab the coin, and it causes this fault. So, open to interpretation, post-mint damage, or is this an actual error coin? I thought it was post-mint damage until you look at it in detail. And then suddenly you think, how could anybody even do that at home? The coin would have had to have been in a relatively warm or hot environment for that to actually happen, because the metal has melted you know, you try doing that with a pair of pliers and try to get that result, and I can guarantee you it's not going to happen. And again, haven't seen a second one of these, which was described as an error coin, and the seller was looking serious money for it, but that's my version of it anyway. So we'll pop that one up there. Right, so the next coin we have is one that had been on my radar for a long time, but to be honest, I'd never bothered to go out and look for it. So Les, the 50p collector, if you pop onto Twitter, you can look up the 50p collector, and Les collects loads of these 50p's, and he had been after a Benjamin Bunny rotation error for quite a while. He managed to get one, and then a second one he found. So I was fortunate enough that he offered me this second one. I can't remember if I paid £5 or £10 for it, but it was a nominal amount really, and in fairness, it's probably worth a few quid more than that. But this won't be getting sold. This will be staying in my collection. So you'll notice here where we've got the base of the coin, we've got the rotation on the Queen's head. It should be like that, and instead it's rotated round. And if we flip that coin over, so there's Benjamin Bunny, nice and perfect, and then just flip that over, and you can see that it's rotated around to the right. So that's one of the popular rotation errors that people look for when they're collecting 50p's. Right, now the next one we have is a standard Britannia 50p. This is from 1997, and this one I bought mainly because of this. And when you look at this under the microscope, it could have either been hit with a hammer after it's left the mint, or it could be mint damage. But you can see there where, again, this looks to have slightly melted. It's almost like cud. And cud is just a fancy name for when you have a bit of like oversplurge in the metal. So this coin is open to interpretation. I certainly probably wouldn't go down the route of staking my reputation that it's an error coin. But just looking at the damage on it, I think it is an error coin, but I wouldn't bet money on it. So a nice coin to have. Right, now the next one I came across, so this is another 50p here, and what I can't work out with this 50p is if somebody has taken what looks to be a 2p or a 10p coin, that sort of looks like part of the shield design to me, and they've literally taken that coin, they've put it on top of a 50p, and they've absolutely whacked it down with a hammer or something. I'm not 100% sure. So is it an error? It could be. Is it just somebody messing about with a coin? Equally, it could be. But when you look at various little sections of it, it just doesn't look right. And again, it's one of those questions that, do people really go to the hassle of trying to make an error coin to then go and sell it on eBay for very little money? You know, there's no profit in doing that really. So I'm not sure about this coin. You can leave your comment below as to what you think of it, but it's certainly a bit of an oddity, even here where it's indented, etc. To me, possibly you could do this if you had a 50-60 ton press, the sort of press that you would use for pushing out bearings. If you work with cars, you'd have a bearing press to push out the bearings. So possibly it's been done on a bearing press, and a 2p or a 10p's been put on top and it's been squashed right down. But as with a lot of coins, you know, you buy them because they're interesting, and what one person sees as an error, another person doesn't. So it's a nice talking point to have, if nothing else. Right, let's have a look then at the next coin. So this is a 1997 Britannia. Now this is quite an interesting coin as well, because this is worn flat as a pancake, smooth here. You can't even feel the pence bit on the design. And when you flip it over, Now again, has somebody taken a hammer and just, you know, quite happily beat the shit out of this coin to deform it in such a manner? Hard to tell, isn't it? One of the things I have learned about coins through collecting coins over the years, and before I sort of started really just collecting 50p's, I collected loads of other coins as well for years. I ended up selling them, but I found that a lot of coins that were being sold as error coins are actually coins that have fallen out of people's pockets when they're in the car. And if you ever sit in the car and your money falls out of your pocket, it falls under the seat, but sometimes it falls into the guide rails that the seat slides backwards and forwards on. And if you get a 50p or a pound coin or a 10p stuck in that rail and you slide the chair backwards and forwards, it's very easy to damage the coin and put lines across it, or to squash the edge of it, or to squash the sides of it. I think it's a way that a lot of coins get deformed, and I've done it myself a few times where I've dropped a coin and it's gone into the guide rail for the seat runner, and it's damaged the coin. So that's interesting. Right, open to interpretation, I guess, that one. And then the very final coin that we have here is a Gibraltar 50p. So if we have a look at this, we'll just turn it around. So this is a 2004 coin, and I was attracted to this coin because of these little copper blobs. So something's gone wrong when this what would you say, when the planchet was struck, or when the coin was actually, I wouldn't say cast, but when it was hot, because what you have that causes this is air bubbles which come up through the metal and effectively cause the delamination. And you can see the fact there that it's copper in the coin. Now also looking at this coin, you got more damage, you got the weak strike. You can see where the Elizabeth II, where the second has moved. And generally just looking at this coin, I'm of the opinion that this is a mint error coin. It's not post-mint damage, but it's pretty well knackered, isn't it? And if we flick it over to the obverse, again, we've got a very weak strike, and let's zoom in a bit, see if we can see the detail. And you can see the damage on this, again, where the gases have come out of the metal during the annealing process. And it's given this quite distinctive feature on the surface of the coin. So it's really, really nice. I love this coin because as far as it goes, it's just a battered coin that, you know, it shouldn't have got out of the mint, really. Good old pop joy. But there we go. That is a Gibraltar 50p. So without going through all the red phrase and getting out literally every single error 50p that I have, and bearing in mind some of those bunk packs over there as well have errors where the text is incorrect, and where there's a known error in the pack, I have the error pack as well. But there we go. There's a little video just with something different. That is the error 50p that the old coin snatcher has in his collection. So hope you enjoyed that. Keep looking out for those error 50p's, and I will keep you updated if I find any more. But for this video, peace and love, coin snatcher out.